You hear a lot about ranges in today's poker game, but what exactly are they? Understanding ranges is an integral part of becoming a better poker player, and something you must know if you want to be a winning player. I'm Simpson, and in this video I'm going to share 5 tips for understanding ranges. Ranges versus specific hands. You will often hear poker players talk about ranges nowadays instead of talking about specific hands. Let's dive into exactly what this means. When a player raises on the button, we don't have enough information to put them on one exact hand. Instead, we have to make an educated guess at all of the hands that they're going to play this way. You will also hear players say, "I put you on a pair," before making a dubious call or a dubious fold for their tournament life. Without an amazing live tell, we cannot be that specific. Our opponents surely will have pairs when they jam pre-flop, but they will also have a myriad of other hands too. Introducing the hand matrix. If you've researched ranges at all, then you'll have no doubt seen this image. This diagram helps us to visualize all of the possible starting hands in Texas Hold'em. It might look a little daunting at first, but with a little bit of experience, it'll become second in nature. You can see all of the suited hands here, all of the offsuit hands here, and all of the pairs running across the diagonal here. Getting familiar with reading this chart is mandatory if you want to start thinking about ranges instead of specific hands. Put the matrix to work. Once you're familiar with reading the matrix, it's time to put it to work. In this example, the button has raised, and we can have a good guess at what their range will look like. They will probably open all of the pairs, all of the offsuit ace-x. They will open king 6-0 plus, which means every hand with a king in it that isn't suited from king 6 upwards. They'll open queen 8 off plus, jack 8 off plus, 10 8 off plus, 8 9 off, and 7 8 off. It's also likely that they will open all of these suited hands. Once you put all this information together, you can start formulating a plan on how to proceed in the hand. Splitting your ranges. Sometimes it's important to split your ranges. In our example, we call in the big blind, and then check when the flop comes 9 of spades, 7 of spades, 2 of hearts. Again, we don't have enough information to put our opponent on one specific hand. We know roughly what hands they've raised with pre-flop from the chart we made earlier. Now, we can use that chart to help pinpoint which hands they might be betting. For example, we can well imagine them always betting with aces here. So aces might be colored completely red. However, maybe we think they will always check with 8 of diamonds, 7 of hearts. So that hand can be colored completely green. By having all of the hands colored in, we can get a visual aid on what their range might look like. We can see some hands are colored in with both colors. If we think they check pocket nines 25% of the time, then 25% of the pocket nines box will be green and 75% of the box will be colored in red. This is to show that 2 different strategies with different frequencies are being used for that hand. Narrow your opponent's range. Each action a player takes, be it checking, betting, or raising, will give us information about their range. So as the hand progresses, the range of hands we can put them on becomes narrower and narrower further down the streets. If the big blind calls your pre-flop raise, we can approximate their range. When they call a continuation bet on ace 7-2, we eliminate a portion of that range. When they call your turn bet on the jack of clubs, again, we can eliminate more hands from their range. So when we get to the river and they check, although they started with a very wide range, we have been able to narrow it down quite significantly given their actions on the flop and turn. Visualizing this in the hand matrix can really help you decide what to do on the river. The charts can get a little confusing at times when the strategy involves folding, calling, and raising with different bet sizes, but with plenty of practice looking at charts like these, you'll soon get to grips with thinking about your opponent's ranges. What do you find most confusing about understanding ranges? Let us know in the comments below. 888 Poker, made to play.